Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've put together a video, but this video is kind of a follow-up to some of the posts that I've done in the past regarding nutrition and meal prep. And I wanted to do a follow-up to the last video that I did where I was like, oh, I tried it out and for me it's not really working due to, I like just to cook food fresh and prepare it right then and eat it then rather than eat leftovers for the week. And I felt like it was necessary to go back and maybe offer a little further explanation about that so that I don't want to ever hurt anybody's feelings that are doing that or um, discourage anybody who's interested in doing that because the meal prep, preparing your food for an entire week, the macronutrients meal prep, is actually an exceptional way to go. And I really did find kind of actually wasn't so much joy, it was relief that it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Sometimes we tackle things that seem very insurmountable or very difficult. And I think that we can get paralyzed sometimes by fear of the unknown, that I've never done this before and it's scary and I don't want to fail, or it just seems like too much work. And then you find out once you do tackle it how much easier it really was. So that's kind of what happened for me is I became a big advocate for meal prep as far as how easy it is, how convenient it is, how wonderful it is to have that food all done for the week. I'm just kind of, unfortunately, my family knows this about me. I'm one of the most picky eaters you'll ever meet. I will get a sandwich at a restaurant and I'll just terrorize it, pull it all apart, pick things out of it, and I make something that looks like a work of art look pretty messed up once I start touching, all the extra things on there that I don't want. So I just wanted you guys to know that it is an exceptional way to go. I highly recommend it. Stacy Carlson is somebody that was, I'm not sure, I think she's already certified, but she's actually doing meal preps. And she is a great person to turn to if you want to have somebody else prepare it for you. She's doing that for several people in our boot camp right now, and they're enjoying that. So if you would like to go that route, I know that there is also a few other people in our boot camp that are interested in starting doing that. So that would be the way I'd go. She's a friend of mine on Facebook, so just look for her name and get a hold of her. So one of the next things I wanted to talk about is on that same note of starting new things and doing things that are difficult. I did post something the other day or last night about taking a backpack, 40 pounds, and doing something I already didn't like, which is running, and adding more weight on my body as I ran. And as I took off on this mile route, I had the backpack on my back and I was exhausted before I even got to the quarter mile from the pressure on my shoulders and my lower back because I couldn't get the straps adjusted correctly. And so then I was holding it kind of above my head like this on my back for a few more yards. And then that was just tiresome. Then I put the backpack on the front of me and I carried the weight of that backpack kind of like what a pregnant woman would feel like, or somebody who has a lot of belly fat, like maybe a Santa Claus belly or something, or what somebody would consider to be a beer belly, or a large amount of belly fat in front of you. Within seconds, my pace slowed down and my breathing became very short of breath, and I was kind of like struggling pretty bad. And it was so bad that I was actually laughing. I kept saying to my walking partner, I can't hear you. What? What? And I made a joke and it's like, I can't hear you over my breathing. I'm breathing so heavily. But in the end, it kind of humbled me and made me realize that when a person gets to that point, when they keep gaining weight and they're getting heavier and heavier, just the simple task of walking becomes so tiresome and exhausting. My shins and my left heel were really bothering me. So my right shin was bothering me, my left heel was bothering me. Just really uncomfortable. I moved the backpack back onto my back and I was actually laughing because I was like, wow, somebody who's got a caboose, meaning a little more meat on their rear end, that's usually muscle and that's going to propel you forward. And I actually was able to move much quicker with the weight on the back of my body than I was in the front of my body. So, in this experience of just doing something I'd never done before, I just bit the bullet and I went and did it. I have that kind of personality where I'll just make up my mind and I'm going to do it, especially if it's hard, and I'm kind of a bulldozer that way. And as a trainer, I tend to have that philosophy. As your leader, if you're in my boot camp, I tend to just kind of go, like, we're going to do this and we're doing it. I know it looks hard. I don't care. We're doing it. And I think there needs to be a little bit more sensitivity to those that are not in that position where they can get to that point, or some of these more complicated moves. And so it's helped me to realize that I need to be a little more sensitive as a trainer to each person wherever they're at in their life. But the main point I want to make for people that are maybe stuck in a bad place is you need to have hope and know that it's not. I don't really care what anybody thinks about what I believe. If people aren't comfortable with how blunt I am about my belief system, but my belief system works for me, and either people want to follow somebody who has concrete, solid a foundation of what they truly know to be true, or they don't. So if somebody wants to listen to me and follow me because they feel that they have confidence in the things that I'm confident in, then I'm honored. It's certainly not me. I feel like there's something of a higher place that comes and helps me along my path. I'm learning to live in this life and just try to be a lot happier, less complaining. That's something I've struggled with my whole life, is being easily discouraged and complaining a lot, murmuring a lot about the ride. But what I'm learning from this journey of my life is you can overcome very difficult bad habits. And I don't even like to call them bad habits. You can overcome things that seem insurmountable or seem like it will just never be different. It is truly not just you that's behind the work and the change that's going to take place. You're important. You matter. You're not on this earth to just, grope along in the dark and grind away. I know that if you abide by the principles of having faith, that is going to give you strength. And if you have hope, then that's going to be your motivation. And if you have charity, which is just true love, that's going to help you to have compassion. Because along the ride, along this journey in life, people are going to get on your nerves. You're going to get on your own nerves. You're going to get discouraged by things around you. It could be an exercise that you've been given to do that I give you might, make you irritated. But if you have faith, hope, and charity, everything's going to be okay. You're going to have the strength, you're going to have the motivation, and you're going to have the compassion for yourself and others to get to where you need to go. What's the next step? I think one of the biggest fallacies of the earth experience that I'm having on this planet, and the other people that, are kind of searching to be a better person each day, which is what I'm aiming to do, is the fallacy that it's your strength alone, that you got to get to the next level all on your own. And that's just simply not true. Not only are there angels, of like your family members or angels in your midst, like, me as your trainer, I want to be that, wind behind your sails. There are so many things happening in your life that are blessings that are going on behind the scenes, even that have nothing to do with you, that are helping you. And you just need to keep the faith that this journey is, in this earthly experience, is not just you. There is much more going on behind the scenes. And there is a lot of love that is behind why we are on this earth and what we're doing here. And so I'm making no apologies for what I believe, but I want to impress that upon your mind don't think that you have to be remarkable. You can have, like, you can be remarkable, but you don't have to be remarkable on your own merits. You got to do your part. You got to show up. Got to take care of your body. You got to do your part. But there will be help along the way. And so I hope to always be a part of that, you know, the help. That's what I want to be. And if I haven't been that in the past for people, which I know I have, I know I've failed many people along the path that I've been doing what I've been doing, I deeply apologize, but I want a chance to make it right through just hopefully redeeming myself with this video, but also to just continually trying to be better each day. And I know I'll be sustained in that because I have hope and faith in that. And I know that what I do matters, and that it matters that we show love and compassion for one another. So, I'm here to help, and, I may not have it always right, but I certainly am at least humble enough to know that I can say I'm sorry or try harder the next day, and I know that I have enough commitment to keep doing more and better is the goal. So, message me if you need that extra support, if you've been discouraged. I want to know. I want to help. If you've been missing from boot camp because of spring break, it's going to be hard to get back into it with that defeatist thinking and that attitude. So you've got to just be like, no, I'm going, I'm showing up. I know Jennifer knows that I've been gone for a while, so I'm going to be really sore. She's going to tell me to take it easy, don't overdo it, because you don't want to be miserable. I'm not going to push you and drive you when you've been gone for a while, because then you can't even get off the toilet or the couch without dying. That's how it was for me this last week. After being gone for 10 days, I was so sore this week. But I'm past that bad hurdle, and, you can too. So I hope to see you guys back with your game faces on Monday, and that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. All right? Take care.